Hey, hey. Welcome, welcome. Hey, hey. Wow. Okay. Wow. Spirit's excited too. Welcome, welcome, Gaia. Thank you for being here. If anybody is listening and can let me know that you can hear and see me, I am very excited to jump into these readings. This is going to be a lot. Your sister going to be sweating. Don't judge me. I mean, you can judge me. That's fine. It's probably good for me. So please, if somebody could be brave and let me know in the chat if you can hear and see me okay. I am pleading with the internet gods to cooperate. Yay! Thank you, thank you. Awesome. All right. Well, y'all, like I said, this is going to be a doozy. Thank you. Immediately. This is going to be a doozy. So I'm going to jump right in. Hey, Lexi, welcome, welcome. Yay! I am so excited. I'm so excited. So, why a wrap-up reading before we get into this? It's a sexy New Year era, right? Like, this is the time of anything. Like, don't we just want to, fuck 2021? Like, 2021 was a wash. Let's just go on to 2022. Wouldn't that be better? But here on Zero's journey, we know that to get where we really want to be, we got to be where we are and get what we need to get from where we are, looking at this moment as the best, most teachable moment, as the most fertile, even if it sucks, especially when it sucks. So we want to do a wrap up because before we leave the house, don't we go around and turn the lights off and shut the door? You know, we want to ritualize the closing so that we can create an opening. And that's the energy that Spirit kept giving me when I was thinking about how I wanted to do this. I just want to share with y'all on a personal level. This jumped out for me before the live stream when I was kind of setting my own intentions and getting with my own people before we got together. So this popping out again is extremely funny. Gaia, you saw Derpy. She like waited till I went live. Like, we were in here, we were chilling, and then she's like, she looks up, she sees we went live, and she's like, I need out. Cats. Psychic ass cats. So, wow. Wow. Thank you. Wow. Okay. All right. So we want to wrap it up. And we're going to kick it off with a persona card for each sign to talk about what kind of energy you want to step into, what you want to occupy, find, cultivate within yourself for your highest good, both as we end 2021, so how to approach this wrap up, and how to walk into 2022. Wow. Okay. Cards are jumping. Perhaps we should get started. Literally. Okay. All right. We're going to kick it off with the first of the firsts, with Aries. Cardinal fire. Spirit. What does Aries want to bring forward as they wrap up 2021? What do they most want to find, embrace, and bring forward within themselves for their highest good? My prayer is always let this be for your greatest abundance, joy, peace, security. Spirit, for Aries, what do you want them to bring forward for the wrap up? Well, ain't that Aries? You don't have to change much. You don't have to do much. Hey, Sarah, welcome, welcome. Y'all, I'm so excited. I missed this. Okay, so Aries, Knight of Wands. Knights are agents of change. This is a very Aries energy. Wands are fire, of course, but knights are brave. Brave to the point of reckless. Brave to the point of trying some shit that maybe other people are thinking, like, really? Like, you think you're going to do that? And we never would have gotten to the moon if somebody hadn't said, maybe we should go to the moon, and had a bunch of people laugh in their face. So, Aries, make bold moves. Be courageous. Do everything that everybody says about your sign, where it's like, all you think about is yourself and your goals, and you kind of single-mindedly pursue them. There's something that you want to change to bring more fire, which is more spirit, more fun, more creativity, more joy, more expansiveness into your life. Now, I am hearing something, Aries, before we get into the reading, which is be careful that with your fire, that you don't eat up all the oxygen in the room. Because that's the thing about fire, right? Like, we can get so excited about something that we can spin our wheels and spin a bunch of action that isn't very well thought out. So bring forward your courageous, your bold, your change making. Because like I said, that's knights. You could come through as a page, a queen, a king, or a knight. None is better than the other. This is all about what's going to bring you that luck, love, abundance, peace, security, etc. And for you, it's be willing to make the change that you know you need to make. Be willing to follow your heart, as they say. Follow your passion. Follow your courage. And remember, a Knight of Wands does want to go fast, but good advice always for any fire sign, but an Aries specifically, persistence over intensity. So consistency, more important than blah, I put 10 hours of work into this thing that I'd been avoiding for 10 months. You know what I'm saying? If it's only 5 minutes a day you can commit to cleaning up that junk room, commit to the 5 minutes and show up every single day. Listen, change doesn't always have to be spiritual or etc. And really, honestly, I'm using a back door because even when we clean out a junk drawer, a junk room, as above, so below, you create room for change. Spirit throwing out cards. I'm going to shuffle it back in. You create room for more abundance when you make this change. All right. I said it was going to be a doozy. Let's get into the actual reading. Spirit. For each sign, this is what we're going to be looking at, y'all. Want to start with the past. Spirit. For Aries. What do you want them to think about, reflect on, be aware of, as a jumping off point, a point of reference from the past? What did 2021 evoke, symbolize, bring about for Aries that you want them to know about? And I haven't even looked at the card yet. Here's the thing, Aries, I want to give you, and for all the signs that are waiting for their sign, whenever you get a reading, whatever card pops up, could be good, could be bad. When you get a quote unquote bad card, it's an opportunity. If Spirit is saying, hey, if you can be aware of this, we can make an adjustment and we can change something. So just to say, for those of you that get any kind of rough cards, come in prepared to use it as a tool, not as a statement of fact or a diagnosis. You know what I'm saying? And Spirit, I want to look at the present for Aries. Present. What do you want them to know now? And how are the past and the present creating the future? How is that future looking as a result? And then we want to pull a card representing the guidance. Spirit, straight up, what is your advice? What is your guidance as Aries wraps up 2021 and gets ready to step into a better 2022? Wow, these cards are so ready. Okay, energy you want Aries to be aware of. And Spirit, stepping boldly like a Knight of Wands into this energy. What is the potential outcome for Aries? I'm hearing transmutation. I mean, that's fire. And finally, Spirit, the key. What opens doors for Aries when they're aware of it or practice it? Wow. Jeez. Okay. All right. Let me turn over these cards because I've been keeping them a secret even from myself. You can't make this shit up, Aries. Your guidance card shows up the same as your persona card. And this King of Pentacles that I shuffled back in showed right back up again. Spirit knows what they're talking about. Okay. So, Aries, don't be disappointed in yourself if 2021 was a year of limbo. Don't be disappointed if you still find yourself hung up on or in between, meeting the goals you wanted to meet or getting to the places where you wanted to get. Spirit is giving you this encouragement with the Knight of Wands. You can absolutely still get where you want to go. And that is not mutually exclusive from, please don't be hard on yourself if you haven't moved as quickly as you would like to, and if you're still not exactly sure what's going on. Part of the Hanged One's magic is they're doing magic out of everybody's sight. Their hands are behind their back. And Spirit is also saying this, Aries, nobody needs to know it but you. So if you feel like, well, what is everybody else thinking? Or, you know, how does this compare to this? Like, what would this person think? Like, release them from your bubble. Like, you need to put this thing in more of a container. You're present. You are finding a new balance. This is a great card to see coming after the Hanged One. Like, seeking balance, not really finding it, a little bit of suspended animation. Six of Pentacles is gentle movement, things balancing out. It's also, Aries, when we give, we receive, and vice versa. When we're able to receive, we therefore are better able to give, right? So I want you to think about where you want more abundance in your life and how your creativity, your passion, your confidence, whichever way that this manifests for you, the Knight of Wands in you, the change creator, the one who wants to go boldly, your ability to look at and give out of your skills is creating a future where you have a lot more. 2021 wrap up. You don't need to hurry anywhere. You need to know that your skills have been there even when you've been unsure of what to do with them. Like, Spirit is kind of being plain as day when they say, stop questioning your skills. It's not that they can't be improved upon. It's not that there isn't room to grow. Keeping that in mind is what gives you the permission and kind of the audacity to put it out into the world. And Spirit is calling for your audacity. The guidance. Go. Make the change. Do the thing that you know is brave, that is scary and a little bit intimidating for you to do, but that would also thrill the fuck out of you. Pursue it, and pursue it to the exclusion of what anybody else is thinking about it. I feel, I'm just going to pick up and show you, all right? The energy around you, or the energy that Spirit wants to make you most aware of as we're wrapping up 2021 and as we step into 2022. What does it serve you to notice in your life? It serves you to notice how traditions and structures and organizations affect and somewhat determine what you feel like you are capable of doing, what you are allowed to do, how you are allowed. Structures and organizations affect and somewhat determine what you feel like you are capable of doing, what you are allowed to do, how you are allowed to thrive. Now, this can be helpful and it can be hindering. How does your family structure support what you're doing? Does it? Does it not? Does there need to be a change? How does your perhaps religious or academic structure support or hinder how you are trying to grow? Become aware of traditions and structures in your life, because if we follow them consciously, they can be extremely helpful. The Hierophant at its best is sacred knowledge passed down that is like kind of a secret, anywhere from like a priest to a personal trainer, or a tarot reader, like somebody who has some weird ass arcane knowledge that they can share with other people, and that person can grow exponentially because they're given this wisdom from this teacher or this tradition. Are your current traditions serving you, or are they keeping you from being your whole ass self? I feel like no matter what answer to that question, there's some room for adjustment. Again, if we follow an organization and a structure and a system, all Hierophant things, consciously, meaning with critical thinking, meaning I don't accept all of this blindly, but there are things in here, maybe I have questions or reservations about certain things, but other things I can totally accept, versus unconsciously where you are just absorbing all of it, taking it all in and not really processing it or thinking about it or doing anything except reflecting it. You are not a mirror. You are a bold motherfucker. You are ready to courageously make some changes, and it looks like courageously make some fucking money. Queen of Pentacles sitting in your future. King of Pentacles sitting in the position of the potential outcome. I also cannot ignore the partnership aspect of this. So some of you, if you're already in a partnership, you may recognize this dynamic. You're both trying to build something and grow something together. And if you are seeking a partnership, then the one that Spirit is talking about you being able to create the space for at the end of 2021, moving into 2022, it's about going after what you're passionate about and being all about cultivating your skills, valuing your skills and cultivating them. It all multiplies exponentially. Again, when you follow consciously or disengage consciously from systems, organizations, academics, families, traditions, rules, hierophant things that hold you back. I'll say this, the Hierophant can be excellent energy for a Knight of Wands because fire, wildfire, that's the Knights. They move, they change, they go fast. So, and fire, we don't want to be fast with fire, right? We want to be careful with fire. So look out for systems, routines, rules, teachers, books, courses, whatever that you know could help you bring your fire into the world in a careful, curated, chosen way, like putting fire in a kiln, putting it in that structure. Now you can create anything. Know what I'm saying? Okay. Now the key. Hey, Jackie, welcome. And it's Terry. Yay, y'all, I'm so excited. The key to your whole reading, the key to your wrap up. This made me laugh because of like, what did Spirit say at the beginning of the reading? When we leave a room, it's like if you leave your home, you turn off the lights and you close the door. You don't leave that shit wide open with the lights on like, yeah, anybody or anything, walk on in. We want to finish this year and we want to finish it proudly. It's not about, like they said earlier, it's not about being able to say you completed all your goals or this and that. It's about being committed to the process more than the goal. The goal we got to detach from. There's all kinds of factors that come in when we're going toward a goal. But the process, the earth-centered ass, make it happen, day-to-day, work, task, showing up, scheduling, this we can control. And this Spirit asks you to ground yourself into. So, Aries, I'm seeing that your creativity is paradoxically freed by giving it some healthy structure, some chosen conscious structure. Okay? So you've got about 3 weeks till the end of the year, the official start of 2022. What routines would benefit you? And I'm not talking about aspirational. Like I would like to be running or whatever, like do whatever you want. Your free will is everything. But I'm saying what things support you. And then it's going to become possible to do things like go running every morning or do this or that thing that's like an aspirational routine. I'm saying support yourself in the here and now. Create structures that support both you and your money. Queen of Pentacles, you're looking to increase your value, your money. Perhaps some of you even want to open businesses because I'm seeing you capitalizing on a skill. Ground yourself in how you support yourself in the like day to day. How's my budget? And when I talk about Six of Pentacles and budget, it's not just money. Yes, it's money, but it's also how do I budget my time? How do I budget my energy? What do I care about and want to see grow? And where am I actually putting my thoughts, my time, my money, my effort? If they don't match, it's not a chance and an opportunity to shame yourself. It's an opportunity to make an adjustment. Feel me? Hey, Kate. Yay, Lexi, y'all. I'm so excited to see y'all. Thank you. Thank you. I really hope that is helpful, Aries. I knew this was going to be a doozy of a reading. So we are going to move from fire to earth. We got to talk about Taurus. We got to see how my Venus-ruled sisters and brothers and N pals are wrapping up December. Taurus energy. Spirit's already coming through with something Taurus, which is about how the nodes are about to change signs. And if you're not familiar with what the nodes are, they're a mathematical point in the astrological chart that point to our growth edge. where we ought to be heading, what we ought to be cultivating in ourselves and in our lives in order to expand. And the North Node is moving into Taurus. So be yourself. Slow, easy, organic, pleasurable. The more you ground yourself in yourself, the better you're going to do. That doesn't keep you from being fast at other things. It's the opposite. Okay. So Spirit coming in with the intuitive message. Now let's pull a persona card for you and then get into your reading. Taurus. Taurus in the year 2021, wrapping up into 2022, Spirit. What energy does Taurus want to bring forward for their highest good? Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Taurus rising and dominant people. What aspect of themselves do they want to embrace and step into? Wow. Okay. So, I mean, it makes sense, right? Anybody coming to listen to a 2021 like wrap up and how do I get ready for 2022? We're seeking some change. We're seeking some change. So the second night up, but this time a Knight of Cups. Another bold, even to the point of reckless agent of change, but when it comes to the heart. Now, when I say bold and reckless, that doesn't mean opening up your heart to whoever happens to walk by. For a lot of you, it means like, what is bold and reckless for somebody who maybe has opened their heart to maybe somebody that they didn't want to or turned out not to be so great. To be bold and reckless is to say, I'm going to focus on me. So these are general readings, of course, and you've got to pay attention to the through line of your own life and your own intuition. If you ever want to do the personal thing, all that info is down below. But here, Taurus, I want to say whether you know that you need to be a little more open in the emotional department, available for more feelings, a little softer, a little more, I'm hearing like forthright, like, here's what's going on with me. Here's what I'm feeling. Could you please give me this? Could you please support me this way? Or how can I help you? Being just a little bit more verbal and a little, you know, Taurus is known for being a little, the bull. Bulls don't talk much, right? Like, but the Knight of Cups be out here serenading people, writing them poetry. So an open heart and a willingness to be moved, Taurus, which for a Taurus, we know that's a tall ass order. Allowing yourself to be moved, allowing yourself to be available for love. And when I say available for love, I know that it can sound like I'm talking about strictly romance, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about love, period. And for those of us who are looking for love or etc., being more available for all types of love is what helps make us available for that type of love. So, who do you love? Who do you want to reach out to, romantic or otherwise? Say what's on your heart. Say what's on your heart. And for those of you, because this is what I'm feeling, for those of you who have somebody that it's like, well, there sure is something, and reminder, Spirit wants to be very clear. Saying what's on your heart for some people can be like a love confession or a sweet thing or a wonderful thing, or even like an extension of forgiveness or, you know, an olive branch, that sort of thing. It can also be, you really hurt me. And here's the other side of what Spirit was saying about that, because they're saying some of you have that kind of feeling and emotion that is stopped up, a little bit of constipated heart, Taurus, you know, and even if you can't tell this to the person, whether that's because the person's not here anymore or because you are in no contact with this person for very good reasons, I'm not asking you to open up shitty floodgates that don't need to be opened. But I am saying, if you don't express it, as they say, pain will live in the body. So if you need to say, you really hurt me, if tears need to be shed, if they need to flood, let them out so you don't drown. Okay, we think holding them in is going to keep us safe, when really the truth is they will rise and rise and rise. It's like what Spirit is showing me is a picture of tears inside your body, like tears that you're not just letting flow, and tears, feelings, etc. If I'm not letting them flow, they're stacking up. And then one day someone's going to knock over my favorite coffee cup onto my best, like, favorite dress, and it's all going to come fucking floating out. You know what I'm saying? So Taurus, feel your feelings in whatever regard that is, and not just feel them, but express them in a way that feels safe. I'm not telling you to do anything that feels scary to you, but I am saying be bold, be brave. Hey, hey, Mackie, excited to see you. Yay, I'm so happy to be here, y'all. Okay, Taurus, feel your feelings and express them. Now let's get into the reading itself. The past, Spirit, what do you want to talk to Taurus about that they've experienced in 2021? What do you want to make them aware of so that they can move into their best future? What do they need to know about their past? Whoop! Wow. Okay. You can't make this shit up. That's 2 for 2. Hey, it's Jules. Welcome, welcome, Jules. So happy to see you. We had the Knight of Wands pop up for Aries twice. Now we've had the Knight of Cups pop up for you twice. Can't make it up. Oh, you're welcome, welcome, Sarah. Excited to see you. Miss you too. I miss this. Might be making some changes of my own in 2022. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know. Okay. Feel your feelings. Okay. Past. Now I want to talk about the present, and we'll get into it in just a second, Taurus. I just want to pull. Wow. I want to pull your cards. Woo! They've got a lot to say. Spirit, when it comes to the present moment, what does Taurus need to know? Wrapping up 2021, moving into 2022. You're doing some alchemy, Taurus. Brightening up. Oh no! Gaia, no! Shit. It'll be here for you when you get back. It'll be here. We'll be here. And I'm still sending the good energy. We're bringing some light to some fears, to some old habits, to some self-sabotage, Taurus. Your soul wants to move, literally or figuratively or both. And Spirit, what are these awarenesses bringing in the future for Taurus? Okay. Options. And what is your guidance, please, Spirit, for Taurus as they wrap up 2021 and step into 2022? What do Taurians need to know? Sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks. Okay. And the energy around them, Spirit. What energy or person do you want to make Taurus aware of for their highest good as they wrap up 2021? And what is the potential outcome, Spirit? The potential outcome if Taurus is conscious. Beautiful. And finally, Spirit, the key to this whole thing. I need 2 cameras so that y'all can be like watching the cards fall onto the table on a tiny screen. That would be awesome. Gold. What is the key, Spirit, for Taurus? Wrapping up 2021 into 2022. What is the key? And I want just one more, Spirit. Taurus got a lot of options in the future. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Wow. You definitely have some shit to put to rest, Taurus. Oh, yay, Gaia. Great. Okay. Things to rest. Feel your feelings. Let's go to the past. Spirit dropped 2 cards, and here's where that Knight of Cups, that second Knight of Cups, for the record, that you have here. 8 of Swords and the Knight of Cups as your past says you've been holding back. You've been unsure how to proceed. You've been maybe, I'm hearing a little bit, and please do not take this in a hard way. This is no blame, no shame, no judgment. Been a little bit selectively seeing, a little bit willfully blind at times, a little bit like if I don't see it and I don't hear it, then it's not there. And a little bit of not knowing yourself well enough to be willing to say, hey, this is messed up. Maybe a fear of looking around and seeing what's really going on is what I'm hearing from Spirit. And 8 of Swords is being stuck in your head, and Knight of Cups is saying feel your feelings. So something's been holding you back. And it's time to express it. It's time to feel it. It's going to keep stalking you until you face it. You know what I mean? And Spirit is showing me like in a nightmare or something where it's like, I'm running. How is this possible? I was running through a desert. I'm running through the frozen tundra. And now I'm up on a mountain and this thing is still like 5 feet behind me, like a horror movie. Like I'm running, it's walking, but it's right the fuck there. How is this possible? It's possible because it's attached to you by a little chain that you can't see. The present moment, Taurus. So Spirit wants to make you aware of your fears, your insecurities, the way you hold yourself back from feeling and going toward what you want, right? The present, what that kind of past has created. I don't know why Spirit was pulling 2 cards for you for each of these positions. I'll just go with what Spirit says. The Devil, clarified by the Knight of Wands. Here's that chain they're talking about. The devil is nothing to be afraid of. The devil is nothing external. It's what is inside of ourselves. It's what holds us back, what holds us down, ways we sabotage ourselves, ways we maybe don't believe in ourselves, ways we hold ourselves back. And Spirit is trying to make you aware that there's something that needs to be cleared out. And it looks to me pretty fucking... I feel pretty optimistic that you're going to be willing to let it go. And we'll talk about that more in a second. But I want to give those of you who still feel like you are stuck, because that's the overwhelming feeling I'm getting, like stuck. I'm stuck in this job, or I'm stuck in this place, or I'm stuck in this relationship. No one's going to push you out sooner than you're ready. I just want to say there's more out here for you. That Knight of Wands, again, combined with those 2 Knights of Cups coming before this, is like, if you feel held back and like there's not enough or you're not good enough, like nothing could be further from the truth. There's more out here for you. A lot more out here for you. Can we just jump right to the future? 7 of Cups, 6 of Swords. It's better out here. It's better out here for you in the future when you let go of shit that you are clinging to, including false beliefs, bad habits, things that keep you where you are, things that keep you feeling a certain way about yourself. What I'm hearing, Taurus, is that some of you have like certain narratives in your head, like, well, I'm not good with money, or like, oh, I have bad luck in love, or stuff like that. And it's just kind of like, I'm stuck there, and that's not fucking true. Like, there's a lot of room for movement. There's a lot of room for expansion. Hey, Lori, welcome. Thank you. Yay. Happy to have you here. Of riches. It's a lot of options that are actually in front of you when you go ahead and take off your blindfold and see that there's more out here for you. You know, fixed signs. We get a little stuck on where we are. There's a lot more available. Are you willing and available to be a little bit more imaginative? 7 of Cups, Spirit is saying what Thoreau said. It's all right that you've built your castles in the sky. Now put the foundations underneath them. Nobody can build a dream like a Taurus. So let yourself dream. Let yourself dream. Don't be so realistic, materialistic, which is also the realm of the devil. You know, no blame, no shame, no judgment, but the devil rules the material. It's the Capricorn card. It's the Earth card. Don't get stuck so much in how it is right now that you can't see another way that it could be. There's a lot of options, and 6 of Swords implies moving on from a rough situation, a hard time, including a hard state of mind, and moving to a place of more clarity, more possibility, smoother waters. You can see the rough kind of waves on this side of the boat, and then things much clearer and smoother over here. Take what you need and leave the rest. Let's just underline and italicize that, shall we? Your guidance and advice as you wrap up the year, Taurus people, is to let it all the way fucking go. When you let it all the way go, you can actually be free. There's no blame, no shame, no judgment. Lots of us are unconsciously, we're not thinking about it. We're not like, I choose to drag the corpse of my shitty relationship with my mother or with my ex or whatever. We're not necessarily thinking that that's what we're doing, but oftentimes we limit ourselves by carrying around, this is what happened in the past. Shit, that shit was the past. There's a whole new set of factors here. We can't really calculate using that same equation. It doesn't really make sense. You feel me? So, end the thing that you know really needs to fucking end. And I'm hearing kind of like when I say ritualize it, it's like if a bad breakup or a tough like end of any kind of relationship, friendship, whatever, give yourself a little room, like the way that we grieve a dead person and we have a funeral for them. You can kind of have a funeral for this past relationship or for an aspect of yourself that you're giving up because you know it's holding you back. Like, okay, aspect of myself that keeps getting into relationships with like fixers is what I'm hearing. Like, that person's a fixer upper. I'm going to get in a relationship with them, upgrade them, and then they leave or something like that. That's just what I'm hearing, Taurus. If that is like a pattern for you, then it's like acknowledging that that's a pattern for you and being like, I forgive myself for having done that and for having done it more than once and with the same type of person and over. This is how many times I needed to learn the lesson. The more I punish myself, the more I'm in this energy. The more I demonize myself, pun intended, for having bad habits or tough thoughts or limiting beliefs or etc., the more limiting they become. When I actually give myself compassion and like, you know what, I can understand why I chose that person. It reminds me a lot of my dad or whatever. When we give ourselves compassion, we give ourselves space. And we need air, right? We need to breathe, to be able to move, to be able to change. So what do you need to choose and consciously let go of? Let it go. Move on. Ooh. Check in with the chat. This thing is saying my internet is dodgy. If anybody can let me know. Can y'all see me okay? Can y'all hear me okay? Just checking. I'll make sure I'm not talking to nobody. Okay, thank you. Apologies for the song if that was unnecessary. Okay, so Taurus, let go of what needs to go. What energy you need to be aware of that is around you for your highest good. Oi, Jackie, thank you. And thank you, Sarah. Appreciate y'all. This damn internet, man. You're going to get my goddamn goat, speaking of the devil. So the energy around you, the energy that it serves you most, your abundance, your joy, your peace, your security to be aware of, no surprise with the rest of the theme of this damn reading, is that there are new things available. Ten of Swords is the end of the cycle. Ace of Swords is the beginning. Ten of Swords is that classic, it's always darkest before the dawn. The best thing about this card is like, hey, at least it's over. At least it's over. So let's break a champagne bottle over that bitch. Bon voyage. What's next? What's new? What do I want to focus on? What idea and value do I care most about and do I want to live by? It's interesting. Spirit just said, and this feels super specific, but Spirit, the fuck out of whatever you learn from this, because like they said, when you do that, your future lights up with possibilities. Not am I just going to say, okay, I'm going to close the door. Let's walk into 2022, pretend that never happened. No, I'm going to pull the fucking swords out. I'm going to examine the shit out of them. I'm going to be like, okay, these lessons are useful. And these four are just pain and bullshit. I don't want to carry those with me, but I'm taking this. Everything becomes possible. The world, completion of a cycle, upgrade, graduation, like spiritual and living graduation. If what you want is more, Taurus, and I hear that you do, allow yourself to feel more, and then more becomes available. It's a thing. As within, so without. As above, so below. A lot of times we get stuck on working on the external. Let me go out and get more money. Let me go out and get, find somebody to love, or etc. When we could start in here, which is the other half of Spirit's advice to you. Hanged One, Limbo. This is the space between 2021 and 2022. Be with yourself. Do your quiet work behind the scenes. And what becomes the potential outcome from that, Taurus? The opposite of doing things quietly. Being seen, being appreciated, being worshipped like a queen for your skills, your charisma, your charm, your light. The light you bring to the world when you finally allow yourself to see it. Allow yourself to feel your fucking feelings, Taurus, to process them, to let them go. I know we think holding back is what's going to let us be strong. It ain't. Letting it out is what allows us to be strong. There are new things available to you, Taurus. Feel your feelings. Release the shame you have around ways you've held yourself back or been held back. Release the shame. Have compassion for yourself. You were working with the tools you had. I hope that is helpful, Taurus. Thank you, y'all. It seems like from the chat there might be a slight delay. Oh, but hopefully it's working. All right. I'll just proceed as if we're still here. Goodness. One day I'm gonna have that really like sweet internet, yeah. But okay. It's Gemini's turn. It's Gemini's turn. Hey, David. Welcome. Happy to see you. We are moving from the earth to the air. And we're going to talk to Gemini. Gemini. Whew, Spirit. Gemini wrapping up 2021 and getting ready for 2022. First, we want to bring forward for their highest good, for the most joyful, peaceful, abundant, secure future possible, Spirit. What guidance do you want to give Gemini when it comes to who they are? Open heart. We'll talk more about it in just a second. Let's pull some cards for you, Gemini. We're going to look at your past. The jumping off point Spirit wants you to start from. Spirit, what do you want to say to Gemini? Oh, thank you for being here, Lori. We'll be here if you want to catch the rest of the stream. The recording will be up after we finish. Thank you, and happy holidays. Okay, Spirit, the present moment for Gemini. Wow. Okay. Well, Spirit knows to talk fast for Geminis. That makes sense. Woo! Talk fast for Gemini. Ha. Talk about it in a second. Okay, little theme here. How many Geminis here have some Taurus placements? Wow. Okay, let's talk about your persona card, Gemini. Page of Cups. Pages, unsurprisingly for Gemini, are messengers. Their minds, their hearts, specifically for the Page of Cups, are wide open. And they're here both to receive and deliver messages. So Gemini, I feel like a lot of you are, and Spirit wants you to stay with yourself. It's like, don't run from the moment. Don't project into the future where like, well, when this happens or after this, or once I make it to this or hit this goal or whatever it is, like I'll be happy or then I'll be able to do this and that. No, stay here. The Knight of Swords, listen, there's a lot of beauty in the Knight of Swords because they do have great vision and they can create enormous and powerful and swift change. But Spirit is being funny and they're like, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword you have there because you can create 22 based on a whim. Now, based on a curiosity, that's different because a curiosity is something that can grow. A whim is something that passes quickly. So kind of fair weather opinions, fair weather friends, fair weather projects. If it's not interesting and doable right now, then it needs to go on a list that lives in a drawer. And then we come back to this moment. Like, okay, but what now? Okay. The future. There's a danger, and I'm glad that Spirit wanted 2 cards because I would have needed one. There's a danger of overthinking and therefore freezing. Like freezing as in remaining stagnant when you can come fresh into 2022 with all kinds of like ideas, all kinds of output. Eight of Swords, this is why, even though it feels sometimes like thinking fast, talking fast, presenting fast, messaging fast, starting now, can feel like that's the right thing to do. Like, I've been waiting, I've been like shifting, I've been doing this and that, I want to do it now. That can feel like the best way to do it, but honestly, that can kind of clog the works. Too many ideas, too many perspectives, looking out at how everybody else is doing it, spending a lot of time on social media, spending a lot of time online, looking at other people, and then getting kind of static. Like, that's what Spirit is showing me, is like static interrupting a signal. We need to come back to the moment. Here's your clarifier for that Eight of Swords sitting in your future. The medicine to cure that Eight of Swords insecurity, feeling held back, holding off, not sure what to do next. Like, the not sure what to do next comes from, ironically, not a lack of information, but too fucking much information. And now it's like, like I've got 100 fucking tabs open and my RAM is completely taking up. Like, I can't do anything. Everything else is moving slow because my mind is moving so fast. Do you feel me? Does that make sense? Your prescription, the Hermit. It's been too much information, so now go ahead and shut the laptop. We're heading into winter. Consider winter, this next 3 months, as your creative incubator. Maybe you limit your social media time. The Hermit's not about being all alone, but it's about really knowing yourself and being with yourself. So if you find yourself escaping into other people, other things, other communities, I would say just carve out conscious time to know yourself, to investigate the things that you're curious about, and not worry so much about telling everybody about what you're investigating, worrying more about being present for the investigation. Does that make sense? There's a beautiful tendency to want to share everything right as it comes. And that's a joyful, beautiful thing about you, Gemini. It's part of why people love you. It's like you're great at parties. You know a little bit about a lot, and you're always curious. You're always available for that. And Page of Cups is that very sweet, open-hearted, open-minded energy. And I think you have a lot to give and a lot to share. Spirit just ironically wants more of it to come straight from you. Less worry about how everybody else is doing it, more of, does this feel like me? Do I feel aligned with this? And if you don't know what alignment feels like for you, 2 things. You're not a fucking freak. You're not alone. A lot of fucking people don't know what their values are and don't know necessarily what aligned feels like. It's a practice. One thing you can do, though, is, it sounds funny, but we're talking about doing you're a lot of air, right? A lot of air. And we're talking about doing some earth medicine to help balance that out. So what are my values? If I don't really know, maybe I should write them down and keep them right here in front of me. You know what I mean? So like if somebody lies to me, it really pisses me off. So clearly honesty is a value for me. Or when people try to push me to go faster than I want to, I get really annoyed. So patience is a value for me, or whatever. Find a way to know what your values are and to live by them. Practice like being your true self and knowing what that comfort and alignment feels like, where it's like, I'm not rushing because I feel like I need to do this to please somebody. I'm not slowing down because I want to be obstinate to piss somebody off. No, I'm moving at exactly the pace I want to move. I'm moving in a way that feels balanced and true and real to me. Energy, Spirit wants you to be aware of, to bring about your abundance, your peace, your joy. What is not fucking paying off? What are you pouring time, love, and attention into that is not giving back? Do you have a one-sided relationship? Do you have a dead-end job? What is it that you know that for your health, it's like this used to nourish you and it doesn't anymore? Like a bad habit, like at least smoking used to make me feel relaxed or soothed or something. Now I don't feel soothed, and like this gives me no joy. Like this is bad for me and I don't get the soothing, so what the fuck? Make adjustments. You have a couple of 8s here. 8s are about strength. It takes a lot of strength to take off your blindfold and look at what's holding you back and to be honest with yourself about it, right? It takes a lot of strength to walk away from comfort zone shit. people that are security blankets, habits that you know hold you back, but that make you feel better or whatever. But ultimately, they hold you back. So letting go, releasing, recognizing what's a one-sided fucking deal, because it's community, it's like, it's all of the things. 10 of Cups is that ultimate feeling of like, I'm full of joy. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. It's a total fucking difference from this. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, to, wow, how did I get this lucky? How did I get so blessed? Now the key to this whole thing, Gemini, don't take on everything at once. that speed you have, that rashness, that excitement, that ultimate curiosity, and believe me, I relate. It's like shiny object syndrome. It's, I want to do it all. I want to grab this. I want to do everything. But that, again, ultimately ends up, we think that more is better. We think that more options is like more opportunities, or more avenues of income is going to create more income. And all right. I hope that makes sense, Gemini, and I hope that it is helpful for you. Speaking of elemental harmony, we move on to the fourth element, Cancer. Time to talk to our crab friends, our moon children. What you got going on, Cancer, as we wrap up 2021 and head into 2022, Spirit? What do you want to share with Cancer people? Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Cancer rising, and Cancer dominant folks, for their highest good. Wow, cards are flying. I'm going to peek, I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to shuffle it back in. Okay, Emperor vibes. Daddy Cancer. Okay, but first, Cancer, we got to pull your persona card. Spirit. Which aspect of themselves does Cancer want to bring forward as we complete 2021 and move into 2022? What do you want to make Cancer aware of within themselves? What aspect of themselves, Spirit, do you want them to bring forward for their highest good? Beautiful. Okay, bear with me, Cancer. I'm going to pull some cards for you. This thing keeps telling me my internet is unstable. I really hope I'm not talking to the void. I mean, if I'm talking to void, how you doing, void? Cancer. Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Cancer rising, and dominant folks. Spirit, we want to start looking at the past. We want to look at 2021. What was the theme? What theme or energy do you want to make Cancer aware of so that they can better live? Wow, I was going to say in the present. No, there's your present. And how are the past and the present shaping the trajectory for the future? Okay. And Spirit, what kind of guidance do you have for Cancer as they finish up 2021 and move into 2022? What do Cancers need to know for their highest good? And Spirit, when we look at the energy going on, Four of Swords is getting your thoughts together. It's peace, it's quiet. You may also feel like, take a breath. This world is obsessed with like productivity and what did you do? What did you complete? Did you meet a goal? Did you this, that? And I'm here for goals. I'm here for that stuff. And you've got some of that here. But I'm more here for only moment that we have is this moment, right? Like the next moment isn't guaranteed and the past is ephemeral. It's already gone. So we can't wait to be happy, what I'm hearing. It's been kind of a theme for the year as well. There's been some stillness. And now as we finish up the year, a little bit like Taurus, a little bit like Gemini, there's the sense of needing to bring things into balance. The current situation or the present moment is justice. You need to make a really important choice. And justice is not about small decisions. These are big, life-changing decisions. What do I want to spend more time doing? Do I want to quit this job? Do I want to move? Do I want to change my relationship status? What brings you into balance with yourself, Cancer? Queen of Pentacles. Be here now. What needs to change right now for me to be happy? What new choice do I need to make? Because when I say what needs to change, but she's a queen. She's not rash. She's gotten to where she is through years of like cultivation. So when she has a feeling, she doesn't just go with what she's feeling. She's aware of what she's feeling. Meaning, so if something happens that's like a triggering event, she's aware that she's triggered. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm having a lot of fear come up right now. Perhaps this isn't the best time to make the decision about what I do going forward. Being with yourself, having that compassion and that emotional awareness cultivates that kind of peace and placidness we see in the picture. It's not that she's always good, it's that she knows how to be with herself even when she's not good. You know what I mean? Like compassion, patience, healing, all things symbolized by the Four of Swords. You've been doing a lot of healing this year. And the energy around you that Spirit wants you to be aware of for your highest good, to again achieve that peace, that abundance, that joy, all the things that we want. Spirit wants you to be aware of your wounds. To be healed, we got to know what hurts, right? We got to make sense of it. We've got to understand what we can do with it or not. That serves you. That's going to put you in this powerful position in the future. What is your guidance? Spirit wanted 2 cards for you. Your guidance. You're a little out of focus, Cancer. You might be trying to do too many things at once, and there's a little bit of a sense of disorganization. And I'm going to say, your clarifying card, the Magician, says, make it a little bit more about you, which is what Spirit said in the first place with this card. And this card. What do I want? What do I believe in? What am I aligned with? I'm going to do it the way that I feel that I need to do it. The Magician, shit. Talk about wrapping up 2021 and moving into 2022 with power. It's knowing what your gifts and talents are and putting them together in a way that makes a lot more sense. Right now, it's like you've got a lot of ideas, you've got a lot of gifts, you got a lot of skills, but they're kind of willy-nilly. The Magician knows what they have and knows how to put it together in their own particular way. So there's a little bit of a theme here across the readings about being in alignment with yourself. It's always interesting to do these readings all at the same time because it's like, okay. Yes, we all have different experiences and things that we're working on, but there does appear to be a theme. The key, notice the keys, the key to your reading, Cancer, is the Hierophant. Traditions, rules, the powers that be, structure. So again, I'm going to say it's about how do you find yourself within structure? How do you not lose yourself in what the tradition is supposed to be or what the rules are? How do you be your ultimate self and benefit from structure? If a structure is hindering you, it's one of those things that needs to be let go. A structure, a belief system, academics, religion, etc. If it's hindering your growth, maybe you need to think about it a little differently. The potential, when you make choices that are more in alignment with yourself, and here's what Spirit is saying. Making choices that are more alignment with yourself can sound like this like ephemeral, difficult thing, but it's more like if I said, I'm going to get up and clean the house from top to bottom today. And then when I get up in themselves, does Leo want to move into their highest good? Wow. Well then, let's just be super fucking explicit about it. Okay, Spirit. Now I want to pull for Leo, their past. What do you want to let them know about 2021? Anything they learned? Anything you want them to know? How do the actions and influences of the past and present, how are they shaping the future? And what is your guidance? Your guidance for Leo. Guidance for Leo as they wrap up 2021 and move into 2022. Spirit, what do they need to know? What energy is around them? Ready to go. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, I need one more, Leo. I need one more. It looks like, well, I was going to say, it looks like a change is coming. Sure does. Okay. So my Leo people, your persona card, the aspect of yourself you want to step into to have the best life possible in 2022. King of Wands. Remember, you can be, these cards have nothing to do with gender. Showing up as a king, whether you're a man, woman, non-binary, etc. To show up as a king says, how do I master my skills? King of Wands, my fire, my creativity, my passion, my confidence, my charisma. How do I master them? How do I demonstrate to the world my authority? How do I step into that? The King of Wands is confident. The King of Wands is a natural leader, somebody who people just gravitate toward because they can sense from this person the self-possession. So, how self-possessed do you feel, Leo? And where is learning to receive, understanding your own value, and remembering that your value doesn't have to do with your output, your productivity. It's like the Empress is like a flower. It's like, I smell good, I look good. That's all I'm here to do. I'm here to be me. And Leo, you're definitely here to be you. I mean, like arguably more than any other sign is like part of your purpose on the planet is just to be yourself, right? You and Aquarius, your sister sign. So, where do you find yourself in the present? Leo, Two of Wands, looking at your options. You have a foundation. You have where you are. You've come a long way. Kind of like I've completed something. I'm good. This job, I've been here a long time. This place, this relationship, whatever, like I've been here a long time and I'm kind of looking out at exotic destinations and opportunity. Let's look at it. The future. Two cards. The future Leo. The Hanged One and the Wheel of Fortune. Think of this 3-month winter as your incubation period, okay? Think of this as your Hanged One time. Yes, the new year is January 1st. But when we think about when the world comes back to life and when the world kind of like emerges and gets brighter, it's the springtime. So Spirit is encouraging you specifically, Leo, to think of these 3 months as like, okay, not hibernation so much as incubation. You have amazing, I mean, shit, look at these cards. It's like all the creativity, all the juice, all the natural charisma and ability, and then the sense of adventure, the willingness to seek out and kind of pioneer, right? Use this 3-month incubation period to build up your King of Wands skills and confidence, your mastery. So if you want to study something, or if you're like, no, I've studied and graduated, it's like, I need to create the website. I need to demonstrate my authority. And then in 3 months, spent some time doing the behind the scenes, creative incubation, hibernation. Nobody knows what I'm working on. But by the time the season changes, Wheel of Fortune, my luck, I'm going to be propelled forward. And what Spirit is saying now is they're reminding me of, it's like, yeah, I didn't necessarily tell everybody about it, but I've been preparing this thing and now it's ready to go. And it's kind of like, it's funny, but Spirit is talking about, No Nut November. This is like spiritual no nut incubation period, meaning don't share with everybody what you're doing. Like conserve that energy, conserve that excitement so that it can all go out at once and be the things that happen out of sight, behind closed doors, inside closed minds, etc. Romantic about it. It's a weird word to use, but it's like being a little bit like A, B, C, D. Of it or not, you've been doing some good work on your mental health, your emotional health, and I feel that you've reached a crux. I feel like we're at a really important point. The future, Queen of Cups. I know myself. I love myself. I'm comfortable with my emotions, which is not always a Virgo thing. Sometimes Virgos can feel quite overwhelmed by their emotions. And a Queen of Cups demonstrates, like, even when times are hard, I stay here. I'm not doing the emotional roller coaster. I stay right here. When I'm sad, it's like this. It's not like this. Because I know that things shift and change day by day, moment by moment. So I'm not going to do this. I'm good. I'm right here. I'm all right. I'm safe. Your intuition is what wants to be cultivated in this last wrap up of the year. Your guidance, the High Priestess. I said, Spirit's like, it's time to come out. You've got a little incubation period. Take the winter. Take the winter. Go ahead. High Priestess. Get your research together. Get your ideas together. Get your plans together quietly, close to your chest. And then I'm going to unveil them. Queen of Wands and the Sun. Show off, Virgo. Be yourself. Be proud. Again, it's not about being the best. It's about being excited about what you are, who you are, what you're excited about. Sharing your passions unabashedly, with no shame. Being positive and excited about what you're doing, not because of how other people are going to respond or what's going to come out of it, but doing things for the pure and simple joy of it. So showing off your creativity, your charisma, your charm by putting out your podcast or your art or your whatever, not because you want this thing to come out of it or happen, but because that itself brings you joy. The things that you do that bring you joy will be the things that bring you more magic and more abundance. Oh, hello. Six of Cups. The potential. I'm healing. I'm feeling, well, that was an interesting Freudian slip. I'm healing. I'm feeling a lot of, I feel like there are some reunions on the table in 2022. Some good, some a little dangerous. The energy around you that Spirit wants to make you aware of so that you can wrap up 2021 in the best possible way to move into 2022 and make room. Self-awareness. Your guidance is the High Priestess. The High Priestess does not fear the devil. She's like, oh, I know you're down here too. I spend plenty of time in the underworld. I look behind the curtain all the time, so you don't scare me. You don't scare me, my self-sabotaging habits or my, child things. And, oh, hey, welcome back, Gaia. We are on Virgo. So, choosing to approach your devilish places like a High Priestess. No fear and no shame and no judgment. Gentle curiosity. The High Priestess is chill as fuck. So, I'm going to very open-heartedly look at what's holding me back, what I'm afraid of, what my deepest fears are, and how they get in the way of me being my whole ass self. Because spoiler of fucking alert, the only way to get the whole ass things that we want is to be our whole ass self. We can be somebody else that we think would be a cool image to cultivate, or other people seem to like this, so maybe if I try it like this, and then we can get success. Even it's not impossible, people do it, but it's like a watered down success. It's somebody else's success. Like, well, that was her idea of success and it looked really great on the internet, so I went ahead. Spirit has given me the move on ahead too, so we're going to move on ahead. Let's talk to Libra. Oh, I hope y'all can hear. Apologies for anybody who's listening to the stream later and they're like, girl, we can hear you. You're still talking about how we can't hear you. We can hear you. My apologies. Okay. Libra. Let's talk about it. Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising, and Libra Dominant folks. What do they need to know for their highest good? Libra. As we wrap up 2021 and move into 2022. Libra. What do they need to know, Spirit? And what aspect of their own personality do you want Libra to bring forward, please, Spirit, for their highest good, their greatest sense of joy and abundance? Wow. A very Libran card. Okay. It looks like a couple of y'all are back. I'm so sorry that my internet is spotty. It doesn't do this on my phone. Cruddy old PC. But I hope y'all can hear me. We're about to talk for Libra. So let's pull some cards. Spirit, please tell me about the past. 2021 as a reference point for Libra. What were they learning, working on? And what are they learning and focused on in this moment, in the present, Spirit? What does Libra need to know? And how is their future being shaped, Spirit? By the past and the present. Okay? And what is your guidance, Spirit? Your guidance for Libra. And the energy you want them to be aware of for their highest good, whether it's positive or negative. Spirit, what do you want Libra to recognize and see to move into the best 2022 possible? And what is it to know? Okay, let's go. And listen, even if I'm talking to myself, I'm going to keep talking. We are here, damn it. Okay, Libra. Libra, Libra, Libra. What aspect of yourself does Spirit want to bring you into for your highest good? Queen of Swords. I mean, this is a pretty straightforward image. She's got the patriarchy's head right there in her hands. She's drawing lines. She's telling truth. She's expressing herself. She's not just expressing any old thing she thinks. She's expressing what she knows needs to be said strategically. Okay? And it's always the truth. Libra, looking at the past, looking at 2021, I feel like some of you feel cheated, like one way or another. Five of Swords indicates a losing battle, indicates feeling misunderstood, and ultimately it's a card of kind of unfairness. It can be a Pyrrhic victory card, like cutting off your nose to spite your face. And I feel like Libra, for someone to whom fairness is so essential, and like central to your character, that needs to be brought into harmony, whatever that takes. If it means telling somebody, hey, this is how you made me feel, or this is what I need you to do to make amends, or etc. The present moment, Six of Pentacles, bring things into balance. Notice what Spirit is saying. Whew. Sometimes, especially in these losing battle situations or feeling cheated situations, we don't necessarily want or need to go get that person to say that they fucked up or they did something wrong. What we can do, Six of Pentacles, is take an inventory of our role in any situations that feel or felt unfair, so that we can, like a good Queen of Swords does, lay out the absolute truth of the situation and create rules and boundaries that make us safe and allow us to be our whole ass self. Okay, Queen of Swords, you are an air sign, Libra, so Queen of Air, it is technically the Libra card, and yet you are not known for your sharp tongue or, putting people in their place. But these are things that the Queen of Swords is definitely known for. But like you, she's known for having the iron fist and a velvet glove. She has a way of putting forth her truth and her needs and her boundaries so that people both understand that they cannot be fucked with and that they are right to be there and they serve everybody in the equation. Remembering that boundaries don't just mean stay away from me in these particular places. They mean this is how much I'd like you to come in on these other ones. You know what I mean? Proper boundaries serve everybody in the situation, which shows up in your future. Three of Cups, things in harmony, three-part harmony, as a matter of fact. Different skills, different voices, different needs coming together beautifully. So this balance that you are craving is very much possible. Spirit just said you don't need to feel left out of your own life. I don't know how many Librans listening to this are going to vibe with that, but that is what they're saying. So that is out there for somebody. I'm going to pick up and show you, before we get into your guidance, the energy around you that Spirit wants to make you aware of. It does feel, between these two cards, Libra, it does feel like someone around you is like kind of trying to get away with something, or maybe you are letting people get away with things and you don't feel good about it. If that is so, Queen of motherfucking Swords. The persona card, the card that the aspect of yourself it benefits you to step into, is the truth teller. And you are a representative of fairness. If something doesn't feel fair, the right thing to do is make the adjustment and to lay it all out very clearly. Contracts, etc. That's what Spirit is actually showing me. So whether it's literal signing contracts, or it's like, what are our vows, or what are our agreements to be in this relationship or in this friendship or in this business or in this whatever, put it in writing. Okay? Okay. Your guidance, your advice. It looks like you want to increase your money and your skills and your value. And you do that by studying, plain and simple. Like, oh, I'm interested in this, or I would like to learn this, or I'm curious about this. Let me go ahead and take a course, or check out a book, or binge a bunch of YouTube videos all about Qigong, or all about whatever, alchemy, let's personal training, whatever. If you're curious about it and you want to develop it, go after that. Page of Pentacles. Be a student. Have an open mind. No matter how much you know, no matter how advanced you are, clearly very advanced, this Page of Pentacles thing is something you don't know that much about and would be new for you to dive into and get curious about. What is the potential outcome of that? Hitting a milestone, increasing your mastery, cultivating something of value, not just to you, but to a community. And whenever something is of value of more than just you, I mean, that leads to getting more attention, getting more money, getting more of whatever it is that you want. Now, the key, unsurprising in a Libra reading, the key to this whole thing is don't get in your head so much that you don't know which way to go. In your head, to the exclusion of your feelings. Notice the ocean behind this woman. She's got her arms crossed over her heart, like she's not even taking into account what her heart feels or wants. She's trying to be purely analytical. That would be a mistake. A Queen of Swords is not a page or a knight. She does know how to balance her emotions and her thoughts, even if she is a little sharper than the other queens that exist. She's got her reasons. She's been through some things. So you, Libra, have been through some things this year and generally speaking, and Spirit does not want you to spend another year holding back from saying what you need to say just because you're worried like about whether it's going to make everybody happy or whatever. If it is true, then say it. If you need it, then draw the line. Now's your time. Queen of Swords, someone who knows her boundaries and someone who knows that boundaries expand our freedom when they're used properly. Okay? Okay. Communication is key. Rectify any situations that feel unfair or shady or that you just feel in the dark about. If you feel in the dark, like they said with Queen of Swords, lay it all out on the table. What's our commitment here? What are we doing? What's the deadline? All those sorts of things. Okay? Okay. Now, there's more of you here. I hope that means y'all can actually hear me. Now, we move from air to water. And we talk to Scorpio. Scorpio. Wow. Okay. Woof. These cards are jumping. Okay. They're excited. Scorpio. Scorpio sun. Scorpio moon. Scorpio rising and dominant folks. Spirit. Let's please clear the room and make some energy to look in on Scorpio. I want to start with a persona card for Scorpio. What aspect of themselves does it serve Scorpio to step into, to bring forward, to cultivate? as they wrap up 2021 and start a new year, Spirit. Whew! What they need to know about 2021 for their highest good. A card for the present, where they find themselves now. And how the past and present, Spirit, are shaping the trajectory of their future. What they need to know about the future for their highest good. And I want some guidance, Spirit, some straight up advice. What do you want to advise Scorpio to do or to be or to focus on their highest good as they wrap up 2021? Okay. And you want them to be aware of their highest good and what the potential outcome is for Scorpio Spirit, Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, and Dominance. Wow, geez, just got to peek at one of your cards by accident. And the key, Spirit, to this whole thing for Scorpio. The key for Scorpio. Okay. 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 Fixed sign things. Scorpio, your persona card. Here's you in your power. King of Cups. Cups are emotions, intuitions, the passions, the realm of Scorpio. And kings have authority, mastery, a deep wisdom and understanding. The Kings of Cups are also known as kind of like the psychology tumult, the crashing waves of somebody's feelings, and be able to keep that equilibrium, to keep that peace. So Scorpio, Spirit is congratulating you on kind of having a graduation of sorts this year, a deepening, a deeper awareness of yourself. And I want to encourage you. There's the danger of a fixed sign staying in one place and not going further. And Spirit's like, you've graduated and now there's even further to go. So I feel like a lot of you have celebrated some really important milestones this year. Let's look at the past. 3 of Wands, expansion, adventure, new horizons. That's already a lot for a Scorpio, for a fixed sign, going out, doing new things, expanding, trying, like trial and error. So Spirit's like, you're hella brave. The present moment, 7 of Cups, many, many, many options and opportunities in front of you. So many that it can feel a little bit confusing. And I want to jump right to the future because there's the danger, the fixed sign danger of staying where you are, of limiting your growth and expansion, just by a desire to keep things as they are, like to know what's happening. Change is a little hard, and change is very hard for fixed signs. They like to know exactly what's happening. They like to know what the plan is, and they don't like to deviate from the plan. So I feel like you're going to have all these options and opportunities in front of you, Scorpio, as this year is ending and a new one is beginning. And Spirit wants to guide you not to be ironically rash. The guidance, Page of Swords. Be honest, but don't cut people off and things off before they have a chance to shape up and to grow. 4 of Pentacles sitting in your future describes holding on to things, describes being a little bit hoarding your money, hoarding your skills, keeping things close, keeping things tight, staying where you are. When there's all this opportunity, the energy around you that Spirit wants to make you aware of for your highest good. 6 of Swords, clear days ahead, expansion, the ability to let go and move on, to like cut loose. Yay! I'm live, Jazz. Welcome. Happy to see you. I hope you can actually see me. The internet has been super spotty, so my apologies if it gets a little frozen. Ugh. So there's this energy for movement around you. Choose movement. That feels better to me than staying where you are. So it's like, maybe you want to stay in this little house or this little town or this little job or this little role. Don't be so impatient with yourself. Be honest with yourself, but be just as compassionate as you are honest. And don't cut things off with things, with people, with jobs, with locations, just because you want to be elsewhere. Like, or don't rush yourself out of your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to think your way out of your feelings. You're here to feel your feelings and then to act upon the wiser, more mature of them. We all have all kinds of feelings. Some of them are worth listening to. Some of them are a little off the deep end. All right. A King of Cups knows when they're having a moment and when they're clear-headed. That's part of what being a King of Cups is. It's not that a King of Cups never has a cloudy moment. It's that they recognize a cloudy moment for a cloudy moment. And they're like, oh, you know what? Cloudy moment, in like rash moment, upset moment, not the time to be making decisions. Me, when I have a clear sense of where I've been and where I'm going and what I want and who I am, that's when I make really excellent life-changing decisions. So you've done a lot of growing and a lot of new things are becoming available to you, Scorpio. And I would encourage you to be open to change that isn't change that you're trying to do just by like cutting people or things off in the moment. There's expansion available that has nothing to do with cutting people off. I don't know why Spirit is having me emphasize that, but they are. It's kind of like you don't have to cut people's heads off in order to get them out of your life or to change your situation. They can exist and you can grow into the person you want to be. I'll be very curious to see what any Scorpios have to say about that, because that was an interesting ass reading. All right. Now, let's move from water to fire. I really hope that this means that the internet is actually working now. So I can see y'all talking. That makes me happy. Yay. Okay. Sagittarius. Let's talk. Mutable fire. Changeable. Growing. Mutating. That's you, Sagittarius. Sagittarius sun, moon, and rising, and dominant folks. Spirit, we're wrapping up 2021. And as we close this year and move into the new one, which aspects of themselves do you want Sagittarius to step into for their highest good, their greatest sense of joy, peace, abundance, etc.? How many of you Sagittarians have Scorpio placements? I am very curious. Okay. Let's pull a few cards for your reading. Bear with me, y'all. I know it's a lot of card pulling because it's a lot of signs and a lot of cards. Okay, Spirit, what does Sagittarius need to know about the year 2021? What was a theme or an energy that you want to make them aware of? And as well as their present moment. What do they know now? What are they going through now? And how are the past and the present creating their future? In Spirit, we want to know the guidance. Guidance for Sagittarius. And what you want them to know about the energy around them. What's available. Woo! Wow. Okay. I guess there's a lot available. Yay! Okay. And what's available, Spirit, for Sagittarius? What do you want them to be aware of for their highest good and the greatest potential? What's the potential outcome and the key, Spirit? The key to this reading for Sag. Okay. Woo! Like focus. You know, they're known for many wonderful things, but focus is not necessarily the one. But damn, you demonstrated some focus, some control, some willingness to rein things in to get what you wanted. I'm also hearing like master's degree. Spirit's just giving you all kinds of congratulations. Present moment, Sagittarius, beautiful. My cups runneth over. I'm surrounded by love. And if you don't know this and feel this, Sagittarius, Spirit is letting you know that it is available to you. Surround yourself with people that love you and that appreciate you. And I feel like you're going to be doing some clearing out of people and things that don't appreciate you and that drain your energy. That's what they're saying. 10 of Cups. Be around people, even if it's one, even if it's two. You don't have to be 10 people to have 10 cups. If one person really sees you and feels you and supports you and hears you, 10 of Cups. If anybody, you can have 80 friends, and if not a one of them sees you, hears you for real, sees you as anything except like kind of what you bring to the table or something like that, it's a 10 of Swords. Doesn't matter how many there are. Doesn't matter how high level. Doesn't matter how good it looks on paper. If it fucking makes you feel defeated, if you've been banging your head against the wall of something or someone, it's time to dust your hands off, to walk away from the grave and be like, okay, I did everything that I could. I'm available for this, and letting go of what makes me unavailable emotionally is what brings in and gives me access to all these 10 cups. Again, whether it's one person, whether it's 10 people, whether it's a big, beautiful community. And I am feeling all of these things. Like I'm feeling a strong sense of family, and there's a lot of people here. No accident that you had the King of Cups come up as your persona card, and the energy spirit wants you to be aware of is like, oh, look in the mirror. Be self-aware. What's going on with you? What do you want? How are you doing emotionally? Have you been taking care of everybody else? Do you need to come back and take care of you a little bit, Sagittarius? It would serve you. We're talking about a wrap-up reading. We're talking about stuff we want to go ahead and finish off, tie up, no loose ends. Spirit is saying take responsibility. And it's kind of like this. You can have had like a shitty situation with somebody or a conflict or whatever, and they may never come around. They may never change their mind. They may never apologize. They may never get it. You can take what you need and go. You can confirm with them or to yourself that that's who they are. They've made their decision. They know what they think. That's where they stand. And then you can operate on your own from that place. It's taking authority and responsibility. Doesn't mean anything is your fault. It's saying like, well, I'm going to take my chips and walk away from the table then. Or I'm going to take my chips and I'm going to invest the shit out of them because this person makes me feel great. I'm totally willing to bet on this person. Or I have bet on this person or this job or this activity and lost and lost and lost and lost. And it feels like that. 10 of Swords is not like one little setback. It's, I fucking tried everything. I'm done beating this dead horse. Like the dead horse is beaten to dust. I need to go. If you know it, Sagittarius, let it go. And don't blame, shame, judge yourself if you know it and you're not ready to let it go. Okay? If you know it, that's the first step to getting yourself to the place where you can let it go. So try to be easy on yourself. This is not easy for anybody, even when we've attained awesome success, even when we get lots of love and affection and attention that we need. This reminds me of something that I was talking to like Spirit is bringing up this thing that I was talking to my partner about. Like, success is relative. Somebody can, to the average person, we can think of like, oh, this person made it into professional sports and they play for, the Dolphins or whatever. And we can just think like, that's amazing. They made it. And it's kind of like in our mind, that's it. They made it. They're a professional athlete. Shit, they get paid millions to do the thing they love to do. And then when you think a little deeper, it's like, well, somebody can become a professional, football player or whatever, and then get on a team that never wins, that never even comes close to the Super Bowl, and they never get a chance to go anywhere or move past, and they just have to keep working and staying on this same team. And yeah, they're a professional football player, and yeah, they're getting paid tons, but they don't get to do the thing that they love to do. Like, they don't get the latitude and the freedom. You know what I'm saying? So success is relative. And success should only be determined by what you think feels like success. And your future says you're going to be feeling successful. King of Pentacles, sure of yourself, sure of your value, making more money. Very plain and simple. Spirit's talking about making more money. The key to your reading, be here now. Knight of Pentacles, Everything that happens in the future comes from being present in the moment. If I want to be a King of Pentacles, then I need to plant and sow and care for my pentacles so that they grow until I can kick back and relax. You notice that the Knight of Pentacles still needs to be on this plow horse doing his thing. The King has already produced so much that to a point, now things are taking care of themselves. You know, like I already planted that whole orchard. Now it's just providing all the apples. So maintain the level of commitment and momentum and success that you've already had, Sagittarius, and be open and available for the support that you want and need. The energy around and available to you, Queen of Cups, to match your King of Cups. Remember, gender notwithstanding, nothing to do with these cards, everything to do with personality type. This is a beautiful partnership, though. This is two people who really get each other, whatever their gender. Queen of Cups is somebody who can really see into parts of the King of Cups. It's like the King of Cups knows themselves really fucking well. And just like when we're in a car, everybody got blind spots, right? Everybody emotionally, psychologically has blind spots. And this person can see even the parts of you that even your skilled self can't see. Make yourself available for that. That can look like a couple different things. And I'm hearing a couple different things. So for some of you, pursuing or continuing therapy, like looking into somebody who can really, really see you and allowing them to go there with you. And for some of you, that person is like your partner or like a family member that's like, when I'm with this person, I feel the most like myself and they help me see myself in new, deeper, better, kind of transformative ways. So talk to your very intuitive mother, talk to your local mystic, talk to your wonderful partner. There's somebody intuitive nearby that can help you. If you don't know what your 10 of Swords are, this person can help you with that. Okay? Okay. We all got our blind spots. Even honest, truthful, forward-looking Sagittarius. It's what's behind you, right? I mean, that's the blind spot for Sagittarius. I ain't looking back. Check your rear view, Sag. Okay. Now, while the internet seems to maybe be working, let's move on from Sag to Capricorn. Let's move to the Earth and pull a persona card for Capricorn. Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Dominant Folks Spirit. What do Capricorn people need to know about themselves? I want to pull a persona card for Capricorn. The aspect of themselves they want to lean into or bring forward as this year ends and we start a new one. What wants to be brought forward for Capricorn? Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Dominant Folks. Wow. Well, okay then. Bear with me, Capricorn. I'm going to pull some cards for you. I'm going to take a look at your past. 2021 as a whole. Things Capricorn learned in 2021 or went through. And then we're going to look at your present. What is this moment? The end of the year. The end of 2021. Spirit, what do you want to let us know about Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Dominant people? And how are the past and present shaping their future? Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Dominant Spirit. What is the future looking like for Cap? And what is your guidance? Your advice as Capricorn moves into their future. 2021, we're wrapping it up, Spirit. What energy do you want them to be aware of for their highest good? And what is the potential outcome for Capricorn when they focus on wrapping up 2021 to move into 2022? And what is the key for them, Spirit? The key for Capricorn. Okay. Well, how many Capricorns have some Sagittarius in their chart? Wow. I'm going to say that for more than one reason. Wow. Oh my goodness. Spirit been doubling down. Like, dang. Okay. All right. All right, Spirit. I need just one more, please. A little more about this guidance. Okay. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself, Capricorn. That's what I'm hearing. Your persona card. A little uncomfortable for you. A little outside your wheelhouse, Capricorn, but nothing would be better for you than to get a little outside your wheelhouse. So, King of Cups, demonstrating supreme emotional awareness, supreme psychological understanding. It's been a year of change for you, Capricorn, the past. Page of Wands, new things. It's like starting new job, starting new relationship, moving to a new place, and trying to put down roots. And it feels like you did a pretty fucking good job. Present moment. Proud of yourself. Increasing your skills, increasing your earnings, like increasing that earning ability, period. This is expansion of both, expansion of money and expansion of skills. And the other thing about the Eight of Pentacles is this is a joyful day's work. This is like, this makes me feel good. I can, very important things for a Capricorn especially, like I can feel and see the tangible results of my efforts, like putting out more copy, getting more clients, or working on improving the skill of mine, seeing that the things I'm creating are getting better, that kind of thing. So focus on increasing your skillfulness and therefore your money. Feels like a gimme for a Capricorn, but that's what they're saying. And specifically also, if you feel like you're new at this skill, Page of Wands, like I said, starting new things and being really excited about it. So like, and that makes me really happy for any Capricorn. Don't limit your growth. You are not done yet. Okay. I need to pull one more. I need to pull one more, Spirit. You are not done yet. They told me. Oh, okay. The future. Closing a door. And then there's this wealth on the other side. It's the end of the year. I mean, we're calling these wrap-up readings, right? Death. Closing the door on the practice and opening the door on the establishment. What you have worked so hard upon, your growth is not done. That's not what the death is. Like you're walking through the door, it's a level up. It's not that you're done practicing. It's that now you're at this new level. And the Ten of Pentacles indicates legacy, indicates wealth, indicates happy family, indicates greater security, more money. All, again, gimmies for Capricorn, gimmies for Earth people. But I'll say, Capricorn, Spirit wants to give you some friction because they know that you can't just believe like, oh, okay, yeah, too good to be true. Yeah, tell me I'm just going to make more money and it's going to be great. There's issues too, and there's things that they want you to work on. Here's your guidance. Don't limit your fucking growth. Four of Pentacles is clinging, holding on to your resources with a kind of iron grip. And when we hold things with an iron grip, they can't really breathe, right? They can't really move. They can't really change. They can't really grow. And it's like you have enough right now. You can have more than enough if you can allow yourself to do that. If you can increase, as an old teacher of mine said, increase your havingness level. And increasing your havingness level, hey, Mako, I'm so glad you're here live. Some of my favorite people are here. I'm so excited. Increasing your havingness level. You may have heard people talk about in psychological terms having like a regulated or dysregulated nervous system. So for those of us who have maybe come from trauma or who are part of a marginalized community, whether by race or gender expression or sexuality or whatever, we tend to carry things with us that are difficult, that limit our capacity or our availability, right? Because if you've been through trauma or you've been consistently kind of forced into a certain box or under a certain whatever, it's hard to fucking stretch out, right? It's hard to feel safe coming out and being loud if you've been told your whole life to shut the fuck up and keep it quiet, and it's dangerous to be loud, or it's dangerous to bring yourself further out into the open, to be appreciated, to be shared. Increasing your havingness level, regulating your nervous system means let's say you're putting something out into the world, something creative or a business, like very Capricorn things, right? And then somebody sends you a shitty comment. Having a dysregulated nervous system means that fucking comment like stays with you and it keeps you up at night and you're like, am I a fraud, or was that terrible, or am I ugly, or whatever the fucking thing that people on the internet say to each other. Ugh, and I'm sorry, and relatable. Having a regulated nervous system can involve seeing a mean comment from somebody and being like, oh damn, like I guess I triggered that person with this content, or I guess that person was having a hard day, or I guess that person doesn't like people with red hair, or whatever, and not integrating, eating, digesting that. You know what I'm saying? You need to know that you are wonderful, that you have a right to take up space, that the things you create matter, and that some people won't like them, and some people won't give a shit, and some people will never notice no matter how loud or flamboyant or wonderful that we are, and that's okay too. There's a stoic, total okayness about that, right? Not everybody likes me. I get it. I don't need everybody to like me, and I don't even need everybody to have a strong reaction one way or the other, and that serves me, right? And Capricorn, you're known for your stoicism. So, but let's not let stoicism become what some people can think of stoicism as, which is a lack of emotionality or a lack of care. No, it's not that I don't care. It's I'm not attached. So I'm not going to attach my identity or my worth to how people receive this thing, or how many people watch this thing, or how many people buy this thing, or how many people compliment me or notice or not. I'm going to be proud of myself because this is something I wanted to do and I'm doing it, and that's enough, you know? And ironically, that can make us more available. It can free up some energy. And just in case you wondered, Spirit is, again, doubling down on this idea of feeling your feelings, of being present with your feelings, of maybe even doing something like, if you feel that it would be necessary and helpful, getting therapy or booking other kinds of one-on-one emotional, psychological, spiritual healing, working with people, fellow Kings of Cups, who can help you look at yourself from a different angle. Again, we all have blind spots, even the Kings of Cups among us, right? This is why therapists have therapists, right? And why it's kind of like a red flag if your therapist doesn't have a therapist. Like, oh, what? You don't have shit to work on? You're not continuing your education and your self-exploration and making sure you're all tuned up and like emotionally transmitting, right? People who are at their best get help and support from coaches, therapists, intuitives, whomevers who are also at their best. Okay? You can get help and that will help you grow. Just because you've done a lot of tremendous growing doesn't mean you don't need help. It's the opposite. Now I've leveled up to a point where I would probably be better served by having a teacher or a coach or a mentor or whatever, because I've come about as far as I can self-studying. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, Capricorn. I'm so glad that it seems like maybe the internet is actually stable now. Okay. And we are in the freaking, oh my God, I'm losing my words. I'm too excited because the internet seems to be working. We're in the home stretch. It's time to talk to Aquarius. I've got to go from the earth, from the mountains, up into the air. So Spirit, let's get into the Aquarian energy. Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising people. I'm going to pull a persona card first for Aquarius people. Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Dominant. How, Spirit, do you want them to show up for their highest good as they wrap up 2021 and step into 2022? What aspect of themselves do you want them to increase, to bring forward, to step into? We love to see it, Aquarius. Okay. Yay! Okay. Now let me grab just a few more for you, Aquarius. Thank you for bearing with me, y'all. I know some readers pull out cards just like super fast. And there's like, I have no I have no objection to that. I think that is awesome. I'm sure they're fully connected, but for me, it's like a whole last conversation and a little hand dance with Spirit before I pull the cards out. So the past, Spirit, for Aquarius, what do you want them to look back on and know about in 2021? And where has that brought them in the present? And how, Spirit, do that past and this present, how are they constructing the future? How is the trajectory of the future looking? And what is your guidance about it? What is your guidance for Aquarius as they wrap up 2021 and close the door behind them? What is your guidance as they step forward into 2022? Okay, what can bring change? And the potential outcome, Spirit, for Aquarius. And finally, the key. What opens up this whole reading and all this availability for Aquarius? Oh, woo! Okay. We are jumping. Wow. Yay. Gosh, how many of y'all have Capricorn placements? Give me 1 minute. Spirit, tell me a little bit more about this future. And your guidance. Okay. Wow. So many pentacles. Okay. Aquarius, your persona card for wrapping up 2021 and moving into 2022. The Page of Pentacles. The avid student. The eager learner. The Page of Pentacles knows what they don't know, and they're excited about what they don't know. And I say that because fixed signs, we can be a little edgy about not knowing things. We can be a little edgy about trying things we haven't tried before. It serves you to have an open student's agile mind. I'm going to remind you of what one of my favorite Stoic philosophers, Epictetus, said. If you wish to improve the capacity to be perceived as foolish and stupid without it, again, like I was saying earlier, affecting our whole fucking regulation system, and that like now I can't be available for all the awesome things that would come from showing off this skill because I'm too scared to show you guys my skill. And like y'all might think it sucks, so I'll just keep it hidden from everybody my whole life. You know what I mean? So, oh no. Okay. So, Aquarius, you're an air sign. Earth medicine is good for you. It brings balance. What's your plan and how do you execute? What do you want to learn about? What are you curious about? And how can you create a plan to cultivate more of that in your life? Humble, willing to learn, willing to put in the work, willing to start from zero, willing to start from the bottom. Research and development. That's what Spirit is saying, R&D. And that's a very Aquarian thing. Follow your curiosity and expand upon it. Be available for that. And I feel like you've been doing a pretty fucking good job of that all year. Looking at 2021 for you, Aquarius, moving on, transitioning, learning from the past and taking it forward with you. It looks like you're moving into a pretty fucking good phase. This doesn't look like you feel terribly weighed down, although, well, we'll get there in a minute. Spirit has something for you, a little bit of friction to create some additional traction. So, transitional phase, 6 of Swords, you've learned a lot. You've been through a lot. Coming out of 2020 was probably like, phew, and 2021 was a lot of integration. Like, damn, I went through a lot. Now I'm actually like learning from it, processing it, determining how I want to go forward. And in the present, you find yourself yet again looking out at what's next. So one transition from 2020 into 2021, now considering broadening your horizons even more in 2022. And it does look like you're walking through a really fucking interesting door. Death sits in your future. Talk about shutting the door and turning the fucking lights off and being like, okay, I'm really, really done with this job. Or I'm really, really done with this chapter. Like, I'm over it. It happens to everybody. And I say it happens to everybody because Aquarius, it feels a little bit like it's important to remember that as unique as you are, and as much as you are an individual, you're not the only one who has ever been through like what you're going through. It's important for you to know that, whether it's so that you can reach out to other people if you need it, or so that you don't get caught up in the miasma and the like tumult of your own thoughts and experience. Like, oh yeah, this happens to people. They go through changes, they change jobs, they move, they lose relationships, etc. What death is making room for is more than worth the door that you're shutting. 10 of fucking cups. 10 of fucking cups. I want to bring you now to the guidance, because there is a place, it feels like, where you want more, where you feel like you don't have enough, whether it's financially, I don't have enough, or emotionally, I don't have enough. Like maybe you don't feel supported by your family, or maybe you don't have the partner that you're looking for, or the job that you want, or etc. Or maybe it's like, well, I have enough money, but I'm working myself to the bone. Like I can't, like there's no room for expansion one way or another. And Spirit is like, hey, here's your guidance. There's no room for expansion. This is so hard. I'm all by myself, or like I don't have any additional energy to do other things, etc. Here is your advice based on that. 7 of Pentacles. Step back and look again. Take a pause. Rearrange the pieces. What Spirit is saying is, do any of y'all remember, or if you're in school currently, or if you think back to when you were in high school or college, like have you ever been writing a paper or even working on a creative project, and it's like you've looked at it and read through it so many times that it's like, that could say anything right now. Like it's all word salad to me because I've read it a bajillion times and can't even see it for what it is anymore. And you have to like step away from the computer, step away from the project, go do some things, hang out, take a walk, take a bath, have a sleep, whatever, and come back to it with fresh eyes. That's something Spirit wants you to do with when it comes to like your resources or your plan or your work. Again, your pentacles, what like your skills and your money, the things that create abundance in your life. Take a step back, walk away, stop sweating and like tooling over it and concentrating on it, because ironically, the space that you create by like loosening up around it like invites new information, invites new epiphanies. This is the card that I pulled as the clarifier for death. On the other side of death's door is this great new sense of possibility, is this great new sense of like, I'm actually really excited to work on this. I'm actually really excited to learn this, to cultivate this, to establish this. So make yourself available by doing things that you're excited about, and your people, your audience, your friends, etc. will gravitate towards you, which is a very Aquarian thing. Be your whole ass self. Let your freak flag fly, right? Be you and use your voice. Go out of your way is actually what I'm hearing. But what Spirit means by that is like, again, fixed sign. As much as an Aquarius is a progressive, they also kind of get stuck in ruts sometimes and want to get it right and want to do it a certain way. Get out of your way. Like, get out of your own way. Try it a new way. Be willing to experiment. Step away and then come back to it with fresh eyes and then make adjustments and changes. That's what that 7 of Pentacles is advising you. And the key to this whole thing, re-enchantment. If you have been disenchanted about something that you've been working on or trying to have or wanting to make or do, it's time to get re-enchanted with it. And part of that is taking a break from it so that you can look at it with those new eyes. The same way, and maybe Spirit is being quite literal with this for you, Aquarius, but they're also using it as a metaphor. The same way that when we leave our partner for a while, like one of us goes on a trip or something, and you could have been that excited 2 months ago, except that you were like washing their dirty socks and looking at them every morning. Like, but they're the same person. And like now you're excited again. Fresh eyes. Take a break. Step back. Now Spirit's showing me one of those You remember those like magic eye posters where it's like a weird meaningless pattern, but then if you like zoom in and pull back, all of a sudden you can actually see the picture? They're saying that with you. Hey, it's Stephanie. Welcome, welcome. We are already on Pisces, but hopefully if this thing has been recording the way it's supposed to, and it looks like it is, you'll be able to rewind and catch all the readings. But okay, Aquarius, I hope that is helpful. Root into yourself and give yourself space and room to expand and grow. It's going to be a little different than what it's been, and that's a good thing. Rearrange the pieces a little bit. Give yourself some breathing room. All right. And we move on to our final sign. Hey, if we're going to have a stalker card, Six of Cups is a good stalker card. Shit. Okay. Let's talk to Pisces. Woo. Cards want to jump. Spirit's very ready to talk Pisces. Okay. We're going to start with a persona card. Spirit, what aspect of themselves does Pisces want to bring forward as they wrap up 2021 and move into 2022? That's a very interesting card for a Pisces to get. Okay. Okay. Now bear with me, Pisces and Pisces lovers. Oh no! Damn it! This makes me so fucking sad. Thank you to those of you that have stuck around, even though this thing is hiccuping like a motherfucker. Thank you, Mike. Damn it! All right. All right. Wow. Jeez. Okay, Spirit. All right. Pisces. Ooh. Okay, we're wrapping up 2021. Spirit, what part of their year do you want to point out to Pisces for a jumping off point, a point of reference, something you want them to be aware of that they've done, worked on, or been through this year? And then Spirit, where are they in this present moment? Where does Pisces find themselves now? And what do they need to know about that to move into their best future? What kind of future is happening based on the past and the present for Pisces? And Spirit, what is your guidance? Wow. Okay. Your guidance for Pisces. And Spirit, what energy or person or event do you want to show Pisces that just an awareness of this can create good change? Okay, a couple more. Spirit, what is the potential outcome for Pisces? Oh, no, don't be nervous. I mean, you can be nervous. That's allowed. That's allowed. I can only see one of your cards right now, and I'll tell you, is a good card. And finally, Spirit, what is the key? What is the key for Pisces? What opens up possibilities for Pisces? All right. Wow. Okay. I need one more, Spirit. I need wow. Wow. Tell me about the future, Spirit, for Pisces. Tell me about this. Wow. Wow. Oh, Lord. Okay. It's a good Lord. Okay. Your persona card. What aspect of yourself does it benefit you to step into, to activate, to cultivate, to get to know? Because we all have all of the aspects of the court cards inside us somewhere. As you wrap up your year and start a new one, Pisces, your inner King of Swords wants to step forward. So a reminder, King and Queen have nothing to do with gender or sex. They have everything to do with the type of person. So a King of Swords, swords are the passions that you can burn yourself out. Pick one thing. 2021, all the things, all the ideas, all the responsibilities, all the passions, let's focus. As we wrap up the year, let's pick up one and give it plenty of air and plenty of space and plenty of protection. The irony is, Pisces, that the focus and the limiting, the, being a little bit ruthless, like a King of Swords, like this is a great idea, that's an okay idea, or whatever. The ruthlessness of the king and being a little bit analytical and drawing lines and cutting things and pruning things. Listen, a King of Swords will not abide this. Like the King of Swords will come right in and chop that motherfucker in half and be like, sure, keep your 10 wands. They're going to be like this big. You could take your 10 toothpicks with you, I guess. So if you're overburdened, if you're overexerted, if you're overexcited, if you're abundantly dreamy, the king wants to come in and draw a few helpful lines and maybe create a few helpful rules for you to live by that, ironically, by creating the fence, by building the fence around what you've got, your ideas, your skills, they become more abundant. So Pisces, I feel, Pisces is a mutable sign, adaptable. All things are possible. It diffuses. It goes everywhere. It's mutable and it's water. So water gets into everything. If you let a little water go, it'll go absolutely everywhere. And so Spirit is asking you to bring a little bit of earth fencing in around all of that beautiful, amazing emotion and intuition and creativity that you've got. Your boundaries and your ability to communicate about what it is that you have are creating more abundance, and your way of thinking is creating possibilities, room for expansion, room for new things. This is showing up as the energy around and available to you, that with simply your awareness of it, it can create change. So your awareness that there are more places that you can be and more things that you can see or have or be or do, it opens up more possibilities. Now, conversely, being aware that they're there, having them available to you in the vortex, in the imagination, but staying right the fuck here in this moment, cultivating, appreciating, using. You know what I'm saying? There's a balance and there's a combination here. And I want to say, you have the guidance, King of Wands. You have the key, Queen of Wands. There is somebody out here who is a really good match for your energy. Whether this person turns out to be a friend, a creative partner, a romantic partner, a business partner, whatever, there is a counterpart out here. These two energies work exceptionally well together. Brainstorm. Maybe arrange a little work call, a little accountability buddy, a little partnership, like let's start this business together, or let's start this podcast together, or let's do this XYZ, fill in the blank, we're gonna crochet hats, whatever. This person is key. So for them to show up as key says their presence or their perspective opens up a lot of doors and new understanding in you. And a Queen of Wands matches that it's a nice match for that King of Swords energy, even though they're different elements. Air feeds fire, fire sparks air. So a Queen of Wands to your King of Swords. King of Swords, analytical, managerial, truth teller, rooted in their integrity and cutting through the bullshit. Okay? A Queen of Wands, warm, generous, charismatic, loves to see other people win, loves to see other people shine, loves to